Yes.
Well, we're really excited to be joined by our next guest. That's the explorer, adventurer, world record holder, call him what you will, Ash Dykes.
So over the course of a 37-day expedition through the jungle and along the Coppename River in Suriname, Ash and his team broke two... Please don't do the camera that close. I'm way too old to have a close-up like that. Ash and his team broke two world records. Now, I want to show you a little bit because before Ash went, I was covering for Neil Oliver. And I had Ash in the studio then. I was so excited about that. And he told me about the challenge in Suriname. Here he is.
We'll be attempting via helicopter to begin with to drop off in the Amazon. Might not be anywhere to land, so we'll lower the helicopter above deep waters and jump into the river. And then from that point, we attempt to summit the highest and second highest mountain, sort of machete in hand, sort of hacking our way through the bush, hunting, gathering, and then we look to find and officially map the source of the Coppename River and kayak from source to sea, which will be highly intense. A lot of your wildlife, your jaguars, your caiman, your piranha.
How do you devise such an extraordinary challenge?
You know, you have to break it down step by step. Otherwise, I think all of the challenges are just too daunting, way too overwhelming. So you got to just focus on one challenge at a time and one day at a time.
Right.
You're 10K lighter now, Ash, than you were in July. But how are you physically? It was incredibly taxing, wasn't it?
It was. I think every single day it was demanding, you know, whether it was the sleep deprivation, the heat exhaustion, the lack of food as well. We were expending maybe 7,000 calories and only taking maybe 800.
And what were you eating?
We would fish, so we were pulling out big piranha, about this big, wolffish, stingray. But at the times where we were in the jungle, sort of hacking our way through and didn't have access to the river, we had like ration packs. We would share a bag of peanuts between 4 blokes. You know, so it was like, it was
Let's name check
going.
your teammates as well, because you're obviously here, but you couldn't have done it without them.
Couldn't have done it without them. No, they are a group of savages. We've got Jacob Hudson, the cameraman. We've got Dick Locke and Matt Wallace, who are wildlife experts who live in Suriname and have extensive experience in the country.
Extraordinary scenery, spectacular.
Yeah, you know what? It was stunning. We went 34 days without seeing a single person. So we were truly out there in the wild, living with the wildlife. We saw caiman, we saw jaguar, we saw electric eel, we saw capybara, which is the biggest rodent in the world, 80 kilograms.
None of these animals potentially could threaten you.
Oh,
I mean,
they wouldn't
jaguar?
they wouldn't go after you.
Right.
But, you know, you could stand on the back end of a snake or something could go wrong. Like Matt Wallace put his hand in the glove without checking it and was stung twice by the most venomous scorpion in Suriname. You know, so accidents do happen.
And I followed your journey on your Instagram account, and I would urge anybody, if you want to see the details in the videos, to have a look at your Instagram account. What's the handle? It's just at Ash Dykes, isn't it?
Yes, that's right.
And what was remarkable for me was that you were able to get this footage out from the middle of the jungle. How did you do that?
Yeah, well, we took Viasat and GlobalSat technology. So it was a little beacon system. We needed to point it to the sky, which was hard under the jungle canopy, and we would have access to the internet. So I would end up sending records back to Free the Wild, who were my main sponsor, couldn't have happened without them, documenting the wildlife, but also sending content to my girlfriend, who would then have to edit it, caption it, and distribute it all across social media.
And she was going to be with you here today, but unfortunately she's ill, which is disappointing.
But this obviously lends itself to an amazing television programme.
Yes.
So, what channel?
Yeah, well, this is the 4th or 5th TV show that I have filmed now. I hope I'm 4th or 5th time lucky with actually getting it into the UK. None of my shows have ever made it onto the UK channel. I have no idea. They've aired all over the world. I've got support from America, China. I've played multiple shows all across Asia, Middle East, Africa, South America, you name it, but never in the UK. And of course,
now, I have
British.
a suspicion that that is because you are a white heterosexual man, actually, and there is such pressure on diversity hires now within the British media that probably doesn't work in your favour.
And your 3 colleagues were all white heterosexual males too?
Yes, yeah.
Right.
If they're not, don't out them here if, if there's any secrets we don't know about.
Yeah. That must be intensely frustrating because your family here, your friends are here, and great to be broadcast all around the world.
Yeah,
but you're British, and we want to celebrate the best of British here.
It's painful, everyone has, for years now, I've been doing this for 12 years.
Shame on the BBC.
Yeah, and we're really trying to get there, but it's such a struggle, and I just don't understand.
And the thing is, what I find amazing is, what you do makes the likes of Bear Grylls and Kenton Cool, and no offence to, and Ben Fogle, love those boys, all of them, know them all. However, what you do, and they would be the first to admit this, makes them look like cheerleaders on the sidelines, because your challenges are so dangerous. And just to give us an idea, if something had happened to you or one of your teammates out there, what would you have done? Just sent in a helicopter?
I think if you stand on the end of a Bushmaster snake, you pretty much enjoy the last sunset you'll ever see, because helicopter will take too long to get to you if it finds you in time.
And it has anywhere to land?
Yeah, because you're under the jungle canopy.
Well, that's
right.
interesting. How far away is the helicopter at any one point when you are?
A helicopter, you're probably looking 8 hours minimum.
Wow.
And 42 hours if there's a storm.
Oh, extraordinary.
So you've got a couple of
really
hours
sick,
potentially.
Yeah,
if you're really sick, if you get caught out by the wildlife, by an infection, disease, oftentimes it'll be too late. So when you're out there, you are risking your life.
How did you fix your mate's hand with these scorpions?
You know, luckily, he's a tough guy. He continued on, and after a few hours, the sting from the scorpion, which was the most venomous in Suriname, started to subside, and he was able to continue.
So it's just luck. You gave him some drugs, presumably.
Yeah, had some drugs,
and
tied
just
it up.
Fingers crossed.
Pushed on, and he said it came in waves, very painful, more painful than a bullet ant sting, he said, which is the most painful sting in the world.
The footage of that is on your Instagram account. It is worth watching.
What's the most difficult part for you?
The most difficult, I think, was covering distance. You're in the jungle and you've got machete in hand, you're hacking through the bush, and you're lucky to cover 1 kilometre in 14 hours of hiking. If you cover a kilometre, that's a good day. Worst we did was maybe 500 to 600 metres of a whole day, sort of hacking.
I don't like a
bush.
Netherley field.
Yeah.
What did you have on your What did you have on your legs? You were wearing boots and long trousers.
I was, I had boots, long trousers, really covered up. It was like through dock equipment. I had gloves and a machete. But you still get bitten, you still get stung.
And
we had to pull.
And your face is exposed.
Your face is exposed, yeah. So oftentimes we'd have to be pulling. We pulled hundreds of ticks off. They were all over our body as well. Every night was a routine of pulling ticks out of your body.
And your poor girlfriend, I'm not surprised she's ill today, because she must have been running on adrenaline for 37 days and then probably collapsed in an immune system collapsed today. How do you have those conversations with her about the fact that you're going to do something so dangerous?
You know, this was the world first record that she's been involved in. We've been together for 4 years, and she takes it really well. She sees me sort of come alive when I talk about these ideas, and so she's so happy to support me and loves what I do, but she does have sleepless nights, as I'm sure you've experienced yourself.
My husband used to do similar things. What next, Ash?
I was going to say, have you broken the news to her? What's next?
Well, we're planning a lot. We have secured another commission internationally, but the main focus is try to get this documentary that we've filmed for Suriname aired, and not internationally, but here in my home country. So fingers crossed.
Yeah, well, we would love to see that.
Yeah, I think it's a scandal. What would it be, an hour, 2 hours?
Yeah, 1 to 2 hours, I think. Yeah, we've got enough footage of many stories. Probably Uncharted Suriname.
Very good.
Really watchable, honestly.
And where are you going next? Can you tell us?
I can't say just yet, unfortunately.
It's a secret.
I'll have to come back on for sure and announce it.
And when you come back on, tell us about how you successfully negotiated to get your documentary on.
I appreciate that, yeah.
Shame on the BBC if you're watching, because we know the BBC are watching, because they get very cross.
Also, state school boy, a lot of that adventure space is taken up with the public school boys who've had a lot of time and money to be able to do these things. You've worked really flipping hard, haven't you?
Yeah, fish and chip shop as a lifeguard. No money, no financial background, no military, no university background. You know, just hard work and grind.
Did you cook the fish? Or did you just serve the fish and chips?
Yeah. Oh, no, I just served. I thought you meant in the Amazon there.
Yeah, I meant
in the fish and chip shop. Yeah, no, I just, I was in the kitchen.
I worked at the fish shop for about 3 days. I couldn't stand the grease.
Right.
Right, Ash, great to see you.
Yeah, thanks for having me back on.
Yeah, and good luck with the documentary and the next venture.